Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today's lecture is on cataract. Before we study cataract, one must know the causes of gradual reduction of vision. So the causes of gradual reduction of vision are: number 1, refractive errors; 2, cataract; number 3, primary open angle glaucoma; 4, dry age-related macular degeneration; 5, diabetic retinopathy. Although there are many more causes, but these are most important and common. This slide shows anatomy of the lens. The crystalline lens lies in the patellar fossa, which is a depression in the anterior part of the vitreous. It lies behind the iris, and laterally it is suspended by zonular ligaments from the ciliary body. This lower picture or diagram shows the various thickenings and the dimensions of lens capsule. Lens capsule is the basement membrane of lens epithelium. Lens epithelium lies underneath the anterior capsule, and this capsule is thinnest at the posterior pole. Here it is 4 microns thick, and it is very delicate here, so the surgeon has to be very careful while aspirating the cortex from the posterior pole. The right side diagram shows the dimensions of the lens. Anteroposteriorly it's about 4 millimeter, and across it's about 10 millimeters. The lower diagram shows the radius of curvatures, and the anterior surface has 10 millimeters radius of curvature, and the posterior surface is more curved and has 6 millimeters radius of curvature. The last diagram shows the refractive index of lens. The nucleus, which is harder and it is condensed lens fibers, it has more refractive index than the cortex, and its refractive index is 1.40, while the cortex has refractive index of 1.38. Surgical anatomy of the lens. The parts that are significant surgically are: number 1, zonules. If the zonules are weakened or broken, there is difficulty in performing phacoemulsification. Capsule, the covering of the lens. Cortex is the softer part of the lens, and the nucleus, which is the harder central condensed part of the lens. Definition of cataract. Cataract is defined as any opacity of the crystalline lens. Causes of cataract. Number 1, senile or age-related cataract. It is the most common cause, and the senile cataracts may be cortical, nuclear sclerosis, or posterior subcapsular. Second most common cause is trauma. It is most common cause in young individuals, and the trauma may be blunt, penetrating, radiation, or electricity. Systemic diseases include diabetes mellitus, in which there are 2 types of cataract. Number 1 is early onset age-related cataract. Number 2, more specific to diabetes, is snowflake cataract. Cataract can also occur in hypoparathyroidism, myotonic dystrophy, atopic dermatitis. Then there are secondary cataracts. Secondary cataracts may be due to drugs like amiodarone, gold, may be due to ocular disease that is chronic anterior uveitis, acute congestive glaucoma, high myopia, retinal dystrophies. Cataract may also be congenital, and in congenital the causes include birth trauma, torch infections, these are viral infections, that is toxoplasmosis, rubella and cytomegalovirus and herpes virus. Maternal drugs, enzyme defects that include galactosemia, monocytosis, Down syndrome, oculocerebrorenal syndrome. This slide shows various forms of senile cataract. Slide or picture A shows cortical cataract. These are spokes of opacities in the cortex. Slide B shows the opacity in the center. This is nuclear sclerosis. And slide C shows a cataract that is just in front of the posterior capsule. It's called posterior subcapsular cataract. Slide shows various types of traumatic cataract. This one is due to penetrating injury. This one is due to blunt trauma. And the pigment imprinted on anterior lens capsule, this is also called Vossius ring. These pictures show diabetic snowflake cataract. Small white opacity scattered throughout the lens. This picture shows cataract due to chronic anterior uveitis, and this is a typical posterior subcapsular cataract with polychromatic luster, and it is pathognomic of chronic anterior uveitis. Other three pictures shows cataracts due to anterior uveitis. Congenital cataracts, these occur in 3 in 10,000 live births. Mostly 66% are bilateral, and in only 50% cause can be found. In which the cause can be found, the causes are genetic mutation, metabolic disorders, intrauterine infections, trauma. The rest 33%, which are unilateral, the cause is usually not found, and these are sporadic. There are various names given to congenital cataracts according to the morphology. That is, the cataract may be lamellar, nuclear, blue dot, membranous, coronary, oil droplet, sutural, pyramidal, anterior or posterior polar. Pictures of various types of congenital cataracts. It's not very important to learn the names of various types of congenital cataracts. Now, what are the symptoms of cataract? These include, number one and foremost, gradual onset of dimness of vision, poor vision in sunlight, especially in posterior subcapsular cataracts, difficulty in reading, especially in posterior subcapsular cataracts. Then there is glare, unpleasant feeling when a strong light is shown in the eyes, halos, and lastly, there is improvement in near vision in special situation in which there is nuclear sclerosis. This nuclear sclerosis causes myopia, and the patients who are old, who have lost their accommodation, now begin to see much better near things. So there is improvement of near vision in nuclear sclerosis. Now what are the signs? What the doctor sees in the eyes? The eyes are externally normal looking. The lids, conjunctiva, sclera, cornea are all within normal limits. Anterior chamber is usually of normal depth but may be shallow in intumescent cataracts or may be deep in hypermature Morgagnian cataract. Iris is normal, and the pupil is also normal, rounded, regular and reacting. And the lens shows some kind of opacity. Now the classification of cataract according to maturity. Immature cataract, it is a cataract in which some lens fibers are opaque and some are transparent. What is a mature cataract? A mature cataract is that cataract in which all the lens fibers have become opaque. What is hypermature cataract? It is a cataract in which the lens fibers degenerate so much that they have liquefied. What is hypermature Morgagnian cataract? Hypermature Morgagnian cataract is that hypermature cataract in which all the lens fibers of the cortex have become liquefied and are absorbed into the aqueous. So the lens shrinks in size, and if we see from the anterior side on the slit lamp, the anterior chamber is deep and the capsule has wrinkles in it, and one can see the nucleus, brownish nucleus, which has sunk into the inferior part of the lenticular capsule. What is intumescent cataract? It is any cataract which may be mature or immature, which has imbibed water and has become swollen, and this type of cataract may lead to secondary angle closure glaucoma. Various types of cataract according to maturity. This is immature cataract. These lens cortex here is opaque and the other places it is transparent. This is mature cataract. There is no transparent part left in the lens. This is hypermature, in which you can see there are wrinkles in the capsule indicating that the liquefied lens proteins have leaked from the lens. This one is hypermature Morgagnian, in which one can see clearly the nucleus has fallen down and is in the inferior part of the lens capsule. This is iris shadow test to detect the maturity of the cataract. Light is projected at a 45 degrees angle onto the lens. If there is immature cataract, the iris forms a shadow on the cataract opacity, and it appears as a concentric black shadow. And if the cataract is mature, then the iris cannot form a shadow, as the cataract is in opposition with the iris. So there is no shadow, iris shadow, in mature cataract. What are the complications of cataract? If one patient doesn't want his cataract to be removed, then the following complications can occur. Number one, phacoanaphylactic uveitis. As the lens proteins are secluded, not exposed to the immune system of the body, once they start leaking and come into the anterior chamber, the body doesn't recognize them as self and recognizes them as foreign bodies and mounts a immune reaction against them. So this is phacoanaphylactic uveitis. Then there is glaucoma, which may be phacolytic or phacomorphic. Phacomorphic is when the cataract is intumescent and the lens has swollen up and the anterior chamber becomes shallow, and this leads to secondary angle closure glaucoma. Phacolytic glaucoma, this occurs when the lens proteins leak in hypermature cataracts. These proteins are engulfed by the macrophages, and these macrophages then block the trabecular meshwork, and this causes rise in intraocular pressure. This is phacolytic glaucoma. Then with advanced degeneration of the cataract, the zonules also degenerate and the lens may subluxate or even totally dislocate, that is luxation. It may dislocate into the anterior chamber or into the vitreous. Treatment of cataract. As with any other disorders, the treatment is medical and surgical. Medical. Number one, as the cataract develops, it changes the shape of the lens. And in cortical cataract, hypermetropia develops and astigmatism develops. In nuclear sclerosis, myopia develops. So if one corrects the refractive errors, the patient might be satisfied with his vision. Number two, in posterior subcapsular cataracts, one can use sunglasses or one can use dilating drops to dilate the pupil, which when constricted blocks the light rays from reaching the retina. Then there is surgical, and the surgical option is called cataract extraction. As with any other surgery, there are indications for surgery. And what are the indications for cataract surgery? Number one is visual. So if the patient is dissatisfied with his vision and cannot perform his usual routines, cataract surgery is indicated. Number two is diagnostic. In order to treat and diagnose posterior segment disorders, one must remove the cataract. Especially true in vitreous hemorrhage, diabetic retinopathy, retinal detachment. Medical indications. It means that the lens has caused complications, and the complications were number one, phacoanaphylactic uveitis, glaucoma, subluxation. In all these conditions, the cataract must be removed. And lastly, not the least, is cosmetic. A white eye in a young person looks very ugly, unsightly. So even if the patient is blind in that eye, the cataract is removed for cosmetic purposes. What are the various types of cataract surgery? Starting from the ancient to the most modern. Number one is couching, in which the mature lens was pushed by a needle into the vitreous cavity. This ancient and cruel method is still being practiced in some parts of Pakistan even today. Then is ICCE. ICCE means intracapsular cataract extraction. In this, the whole of the lens, including its capsule, is removed from the eye. Then is ICCE with ACIOL. It means that intracapsular extraction is done and anterior chamber intraocular lens is implanted. ECCE. ECCE means extracapsular cataract extraction, and in this procedure capsulotomy is done, or a hole is made in the anterior capsule, and through this hole nucleus is delivered out of the eye and the rest of the cortex is aspirated by two-way cannula. So in the end there is a barrier between vitreous and the anterior chamber, that is the capsular bag remains. ECCE with PCIOL. In this, extracapsular extraction is done and a posterior chamber IOL is implanted into the capsular bag. Modern form of ECCE is phacoemulsification. In this, the nucleus is not removed from the eye, rather it is emulsified and aspirated from within the eye by a phacoprobe which uses ultrasound energy. And after evacuation of all the contents of the capsular bag, a foldable posterior chamber intraocular lens is implanted.